Alright guys, in this session we are going to see how to add a script or something to our camera to be able to follow the player. So first thing I want to do here is to grab the game window and dock it at the right of the screen. Okay, perfect. Nice. Now we are going to import a new package from Unity that will make things very easy for us. So let's click on Window, Package Manager. This brings the Package Manager window. All right, perfect. Just making it smaller. And here in Packages, you want to select Unity Registry. Perfect. Now we have a huge list of Unity packages that you can use for your projects. All right, I'm going to select Cinemachine here and click Install. Once it's done, you should see a Remove button here instead of the Install one. Okay, let's close this window. Here, notice that we have a new tab called Cinemachine. So press it and create a new virtual camera. Perfect. We can already see that we have some changes here applied to our game view. Let's just change the display and create a new one. I'm going to show you how to create a new one. I'm not using the simulator here again just to make things simpler. I might use it in a future course or later on. All right, let's create a new resolution called maybe HD. All right, let's set it 180 by 1920. Okay, and press OK. Now you have your new resolution that you can select here. All right, cool. Then we want to configure our Cinemachine camera. So what I like to do first is create a new game object and call it camera stuff. So this is where we are going to put all of our camera elements and maybe also the directional light. So let's grab the Cinemachine element here, the camera and the directional light. And let's put this game object at the top. Perfect. You can also create another one for the gameplay. Perfect. Let's grab the player and the plane and drop them here. Nice. Now we kinda have organized our project a little bit better. I like it. Okay. Perfect. Let's select our Cinemachine camera and check and see what we can do with it. So here we can add a follow. So this will be the object the camera will try to follow. We can also have another object that we want to look at. So here in our case, we want to follow the player and we also want to look at the player. Nice. You can see the changes in real time in the game window here. All right, let's close this first. Now we are going to focus on the body part first. You can grab the Y component of the follow offset and dial it up. Perfect, so that we can have a better view of our player and later on the road. Nice. Then you have multiple values you can play with here that we won't go into detail in this session. Now we just want a basic setup of our camera. So now if I hit play, we can see that the camera is moving and trying to look at the player. Perfect. But one thing I notice here is that it also rotates with the player, which is something we don't want for this project. So in the binding mode, we're going to say world space. All right, perfect. We also don't want the camera to move on the x-axis. So we are just going to grab the little knob here and bring it all the way up to 20. That way the camera won't follow the player very much on the x-axis. Same thing for the Y and the Z damping. We want the camera to follow the player on the Z axis. Next, let's develop our aim method. To prevent the camera from rotating, we can enable the window guides here. So if we hit play, we can see that it's trying to follow the player here. The little yellow dot is trying to follow the player. So we are going to increase the size of this window so that the camera always looks in front of itself. So here we can increase the dead zone height and the dead zone width. Now, when we move from right to left, it's perfect. Nice. So before hitting the play button again, check this save during play boolean. This allows the camera to save the settings during play mode. All right, perfect. Okay, I just had a small issue here with the screen X, but I set it back to 0.5. It was a little bit on the right. This is just to show you the amount of variables you can change in this Cinemachine component, and it gives pretty much you can have a variety of behaviors. Okay, cool. Now that the camera follows the player very well, we are going to see how to make a crowd system for our game. Perfect. Stay tuned.